In this video, I'm going to explain how to remove the touch screen on a Galaxy Tab 2. I have not seen any good videos so far that do this, so I felt like, and I've done it a couple times now, so I figured I would share with you how to do it. At this point, you're looking at the back end of a Galaxy Tab 2, which 7-inch, which has had the battery removed. The battery goes in this space right up against the LCD. And so the back cover has been removed. You just snap that off, and there's some good videos that show you how to do that part. And then there's 6 screws that hold the battery. So you take the 6 screws off to get the battery out, and then this connection snaps up. At that point, you now have the entire motherboard and the back of the unit exposed. Be very careful, obviously, because this is the guts of your unit. In my situation, what I found worked the best is I removed this speaker. It has 2 screws, one there, and then a connection there. When you remove this speaker, what you get access to is these little holes. See the blue background showing through there? There's holes here, and there's one right under the speaker here. And these give you access to the tape that's holding on the back of the, that's holding on the LCD, the touch screen, holding on the glass and the touch screen. And so you can get access to the corner on the top and the side here. So by taking the speaker out, you get access then to these 2 holes right here. If you put a little bit of solvent back in here and here after the speaker's gone, that can help tend to dissolve some of the glue on the tape and make the tape a little bit weaker right here in the corner so you can pry it out. With the unit in this case and the speaker gone, the other thing I found that helps, and other people have said this as well, is to go in and heat the edges here with like a hairdryer to help soften the tape up a little bit more that's on the back of the touch screen. With a little bit of solvent through these holes and heating this with a hairdryer, what you can do is come in through the back of these holes with a screwdriver or a spudger tool and push on it so that you can start to work this corner loose. Once this corner starts to lift up, you can get the spudger tool underneath the glass, and then you can actually start to work it loose. As you try to remove the touch screen, the glass is going to shatter, and there's little bits of glass that are going to go flying around. So be very careful, wear glasses, take protection on the table or things around you to make sure that you catch any of the glass bits that come out of this. It tends to stay together fairly well, but it does also produce little bits of glass. And then you can basically work all the way around on the edges fairly gently and just keep lifting the tape slowly loose as you go all the way around. And the connector is over here on this end. If you can get it to where you can lift this whole thing up, then you can actually just kind of lift it all up, and the connection is right here, so you could remove the connector on the back. I wanted it off the motherboard just to make sure it didn't damage the motherboard, but truthfully, since I'm taking off a broken screen anyway, I don't really care if this cable and stuff gets messed up on the other side. It's not going to be a big deal. Once the touch screen is actually then removed, then you can take that all out, clean up all the mess, and get rid of all the little pieces of glass or anything that might be around. And then the next challenge is getting all the glue off of this frame. And this is where you use a solvent for the glue, something to clean it all up. Once this is all clean, then technically you could just replace the screen back in. You take the new one, and the new screen would go over the top, and it'll fit right into the opening, and the connection goes through that hole, which is comes through here, and you can connect it in. I recommend checking to see that everything's working fine before you take the glue off, the backing off, because then once the tape sticks back on here again, then you're back to having to figure out how to get it loose, and now you've got a brand new touchscreen on here, and you don't really want to break it. By the way, just as a word of information, this is the LCD, so be careful with it not to break it. And for information purposes, the LCD has some double-sided tape back here, and a little bit along the edges that hold it in position. The LCD actually has a connection under the motherboard, which is back in or under about here. To get to that, you actually do have to take out the motherboard, and I've seen some good disassembly videos that show you how to do that as well. This connection here is a connection from the motherboard to the LCD, but there's a cable underneath there, and you're going to want to take that cable out. If you do then gently take the LCD out, it comes out from the other side. The frame won't let it come out this side. As you press it out, the only thing holding it then is a connection, which is under about here, and the double-sided tape. There's no other connections to the edges or anything of the LCD, so it's pretty straightforward. And you could put some double-sided tape in there to hold it back in. Get this guy down and clean everything up, drop your digitizer in, reconnect it back in here, make sure everything works, and then just put your speaker back in, put the battery back in, snap on the back, and you should be all done. And so that it works out pretty well. So if there's any questions, give me a comment and I can get back to you. But as I said, I've been able to get 2 of the screens off so far, and it's not too bad.